What's up, everybody? I want to jump on here real quick and do a video that I've wanted to do for a long time and just haven't had a good time to do it. But I've got a good day to do it right now. I wanted to show you my new boat. Well, I want to say a new to me boat. This is a 2015 Skeeter ZX250. This is a boat that I'm going to be running obviously all this year and for the foreseeable future, because this is a honey right here. First boat that I've ever had that's, really been mine. Bought it last fall. Bought it last September of 2019. This boat came from Alabama, and I just want to do a walkthrough of it with you real quick because, believe it or not, looking at it, this has actually been a big project boat. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people like to do the project boats where they buy an aluminum boat or buy an old boat and fix it up and trick it out and do all the cool stuff to it. But this has actually been a project boat for me because this boat's had to have a whole lot of work put into it since I bought it. And I'll show you what all of that has been, and a lot of it's still not done. It's March right now. This is the middle of all the Corona craziness, but it's March right now, so fishing season has definitely gotten underway, and tournament season, it has gotten underway for me, even though it's on a little bit of a pause at the moment. But everything I need for it to be able to compete is finished, so I want to show you kind of what that has looked like for me. But it's 2015, so is the motor. The boat that I had before this, the boat that I fished with all throughout college, was a 2003 ZX250. So I've been a Skeeter guy, I guess you could say, since we bought that boat. My dad and I did in high school. I think it was my sophomore year of high school. We bought that Skeeter from up in Ohio, and this one came from Alabama. This was actually a Facebook Marketplace boat, and it was listed really cheap for some really good reasons. The guy that I bought it from had bought it from the original owner. So there's some fiberglass up here that had been splintered when they ran into a boat dock at night fishing the original owner had. But thankfully I know a guy, I'm friends with a guy named Robbie Dunn who does like phenomenal fiberglass work. I think it's Smoky Mountain Fiberglass. It's Smoky Mountain Fiberglass Repair. I'm not exactly sure what the name is. I'll have to look it up on Facebook, but I'll put a link to their website or their Facebook page on this video, because I texted or had messaged Robbie some pictures of this boat when I first started looking at it and said, hey, I'm going to Alabama to look at this boat. It's a great price because this fiberglass damage has been done to it. Can you fix it? And he texted me back on the way down. He said, yeah, absolutely, we can fix it. And I was obviously relieved when I got on their website. They have fixed jet skis that have had holes put through them. Like watermelon sized holes, and they fix it. It looks as good as new. So that's actually the last piece of the boat that's got to be finished. A couple months from now, we'll get that sent to Robbie and get him to patch that boat up, and this sucker's going to be good as new, just about. But anyways, so when I first bought the boat, that fiberglass repair needed to be done to it, and there were no grafts on the boat. When they hit the dock, the guy had actually, I think, torn the trolling motor up. And so when they sold it, they stripped the trolling motor, stripped the graft up front, stripped the graft back here at the console, and we're really just trying to get rid of the boat. It did have the power poles. It's got 2 of the 8-foot Pro Series 2s. And the motor, this motor, let me tell you, you look at this right here. I like the back end of a Skeeter anyways, but when you put that right there, baby got back. Anyways, so my ZX250 had a 250 HPDI, which was fine. It worked great. We only blew it up once, and I only tore the lower unit up once. But oil, oh my gosh, it is so nice. It is so nice to not have to put oil in this thing every single time you go. It's just, it's the greatest thing. It's probably my top 3 favorite things about this boat. So anyways, first thing I did when I bought it is I had to figure out what kind of grafts I wanted to put on it. So when I was looking online, whether it was Bass Boat Central or Facebook Marketplace or wherever, it was hard to, because obviously I'm on a budget. It's just after 2 years after 2 years of graduating school, well, really about a year and a half, and having my full-time teaching job. This is the first big time purchase I've made. And I wasn't going to be stupid and go out and spend money I didn't have, so I was looking for a good deal. And a lot of the boats that were good boats that had a good deal, that hadn't been beat all to crap, just didn't have the kind of graphs that I wanted them to have. I was gonna have to replace the graphs if I bought the boat. So having a boat that was really affordable and didn't have graphs on it, I mean, I could put whatever I wanted to on it. So I bought two 15 Solixes, two Humminbird 15 Solixes, and I've got one on each end. It's really all you can fit, and it's really all you need. But the reason I've got them kicked on is because when I first bought them, the problem that I had was they're computers. They're freaking massive computers, two of them, pulling on that cranking battery. Is I couldn't keep them on. Every time you'd go to start the big motor, both the units would shut off. Or if they didn't both shut off, the one back here, the console, would always shut off. And so the first thing I did was go and buy a brand new battery. I bought a really nice brand new Optima battery. It's supposed to be the bee's knees, whatever. Still happened. The back one would always shut off, even if the front one stayed on. And so this is probably the best thing I've done for this boat so far. There's a guy named Trent Palmer who's based out of around Atlanta, Georgia, just northeast of it. He owns a company called Sonar Pros. I want you to look. When I was first, actually, let me get in the boat real quick. Before I took this boat to Trent, I could have a fresh charged battery, and immediately as I turn these graphs on, I would start getting a low voltage reading from both of them. And so right now, and now granted, I know that, you know, I'm just sitting in the driveway and the batteries are charged, but I've fished 3 full 6+ hour days, and they haven't cut off yet. So I'm reading 12.5 volts up here, and there's not any voltage drop between them. I can't explain the electrical engineering that goes into whatever Trent does, and I've got 12.3 volts back here. So there's not any voltage drop between the graphs. And before I took it to Trent, at Sonar Pros, I was reading like 10 volts up there. I was seeing 8 volts on this graph, which is awful. And it was so aggravating because you really couldn't use them. You couldn't use them the way they're supposed to be, because it takes them a minute when you kick them on. I mean, they're computers. And so every time they'd have to restart, then they've got to reconnect, and then the mapping takes a minute to get fired up and plugged in. And so it is such a relief, and it is so nice just to be able to not worry about the batteries, not worry about the volts and the power they're pulling, and just turn them on and just go. So that's what I'm gonna show you next real quick, is this back battery compartment. And I don't know what Trent does, and if I did, I wouldn't want to tell you because it's his deal, but he has some sort of wiring harness that he puts in our boats that eliminates that voltage drop to where you're not worried about the batteries cutting off or sucking too much power, or not worried about the graphs cutting off and sucking too much power. And he does it for a ton of people that are on the elites and on the FLW tour. I know he's done Patrick Walters and Austin Felix and Drew Cook and Carl Jacobson. I know he's worked on all their boats, but this is just his logo right here on this shrink tube. But all of the things that have come with having a newer boat are just so nice. And now there wasn't a whole lot wrong with my boat. Just where I want to go competitive fishing wise, tournament fishing wise in my future, I just needed something that was going to be a little bit more reliable and have some just different equipment on it, which is where the whole selling it came from. But let's take a minute. I'm gonna put up some pictures right here. Let's take a couple minutes to remember Jasmine, the ZX250, long live Jasmine. She's in Bristol, Johnson City area now, just living it up, fishing South Holston, fishing clear mountain lakes up there. I'm pretty sure that's where she went. 99% sure. Anyways, back to this boat. One of the most annoying things about that boat is every time I had a battery die or need to be replaced, there was crap everywhere. I would have to, the cranking battery in that old boat sat right here, and I would have to essentially have somebody pull the battery out while I held the gas tank tubes to the side. You couldn't hardly do it by yourself. It was miserable. And I remember when I flipped these battery compartments open, I went, oh my gosh, look how open these compartments are. And so it's just so nice, and I love that. But anyways, let's see. Yeah, that's about it. The compartments are open, clean, clear, and I love it. So there's that. I've got this, I run this Yellow Tech power stick. just helps running that camera. If you never use a yellow tech, you don't know what they are. If you like doing YouTube stuff and you want to have your camera on and you hate having to charge it all the time, all you got to do is switch out the SD cards. You're not worried about the battery dying, because there's actually let me come back here and I'll show you again real quick. There's actually, it goes into your backlight panel, and it's got these little cord hookups that comes with a cord that fits all the HD, well, not all the HD, all the GoPro cameras, and you just plug it into the side of your camera, turn on your light switch, and it charges it while it's running. So all you have to do is replace the SD cards when the SD cards stop. Let's see. But so going back to the whole project boat thing, aside from the fiberglass and it needing a trolling motor in the grass, which I didn't even show you the trolling motor. So I'm telling you, I still get excited about all this new stuff I'm not used to. Minn Kota Ultrex, I mean, you can't beat it. Tried and true. Oh, and I've got these nifty little switches for the power volts. I got the 52-inch one. It is the 36 volt. I think they all are. But I got the 52-inch one, just raising it up some in the springtime when I'm real shallow. But oh my gosh, that button right there. I know I'm a little behind the curve on the whole Ultrex thing, but that's a freaking life changer. That thing is amazing. Spot lock. Let's see. But the carpet, so I mean, honestly, I think all it was is whoever the original owner was, I didn't buy it from the original owner. The original owner is the one that has kind of been rough on the boat, to say the least. But I think his friend bought it from him or from somebody. They were just trying to just turn it over and make a little bit of money. Which, for as cheap as I bought this boat, I'd hate to know what he bought it for. That he was still making money on me. But the carpet is something. There's stains in the carpet that I can't get out to save my life. So the carpet's something I'd like to get redone in the future. But it's just cosmetic stuff. I mean, it's not a big deal. Just little things like the lid to the live well was broken, having to replace that. Oh, I don't think you could see any of that. The the cooler lid was broken. This little frame down here needed to be replaced. The step up got a pretty bad stain in it there. Little spot on the fiberglass that we can't get off, but it's just little cosmetic stuff. I replaced the little latch on the backside, had to be replaced there. But there's so many little knick-knacky things, it's probably what you'd call it, that I'm just eat up with. I mean, just stupid stuff, like having freaking plier holders is the coolest thing ever to me. Having I mean, come on, so nifty. I will apologize, the carpet is dirty. I'm in the middle of a whole bunch of fishing now that I'm off work, so the carpet it's not any cleaner than it has to be, and it's not clean. It hadn't been vacuumed in a couple days. But even just having a place for the light to go down there, I mean, nifty. The strap for the co-angler rod is not broken. Sorry, Travis Howard, and the rod that you lost in Pickwick, because I didn't have a rod strap in the old boat. Rip. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I can show you the layout of all the compartments. I'm a sucker for stickers, and I get it. Sometimes they look a little goofy when you just put stickers everywhere, but I figured out a solution to that. I'm just gonna put all my stickers in the tackle box, like that. I've got a whole stack of stickers inside. I'm just gonna start sticking them everywhere. Can't see them if they're in there, so it doesn't look weird, but I still get to put them up. I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of like college guys or like people my age that just like to put stickers on everything. I don't like to put them on my vehicles, but I like to put them on the boat for whatever reason. Okay, this boat is a rod holder's dream. If you have a lot of rods, then this would be a great boat. So you got your normal storage. Dad and I are about to leave and go to Loudon here in a couple hours. So there's, I mean, normal spring stuff. I really want to catch one on that mag draft today. And a crappie rod, because you never know. You gotta stay strapped for the panfish. Normal storage here. It's right down the middle. That my other boat, the other Skeeter had kind of a split right here. You had two different compartments. The top one was open without any dividers, and this one just had a dozen dividers that laid from left to right. But I like the middle compartment more than I expected to at first. It does have the you know, you could stick some rods in the side. I don't expect that I'm gonna do that just because I never have, and it doesn't seem like something I necessarily would just love to do. But anyways, I've been setting the net in there. Normal storage there, and I even got, and I don't keep rods in here, you got a whole nother set of rod storage in here. And I'd say I'm sure you could take this out if I wanted to. I just haven't fooled with doing that yet. There's a, what is that? Magnum finesse worm? That's not mine. Oh yeah, it is. Never mind. Anyways, I'm sure you could take that storage out, but I mean, it's got them back here too. Let me get out from under the day box here. I mean, it's got, and I've loved this. I don't remember what the setup was in the last boat, even as far as the butt into the rod. But having these little trays to put the rod butts in has been great. I've liked that a lot. Normal day box. This is where I stick the scents scales, extra line, and whatnot. Another knick-knacky thing I'm a big fan of is all these little bait hangers. That's been nifty. Of course, spoiler alert, I throw Kitex literally all the time. Keep my plastics in tubes, in just tubs, tubes, same thing. Stick them in there. It's just a bag of extra line, some swim baits, 8 rig boxes underneath that crappie box, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Back into the boats, all normal storage. You got 2 compartments on each side, live well. I think that's about it. I think that about wraps it up. But I just wanted to show you this real quick, just because most of the work that I've got to do to it's done. And man, I'm in love with this boat. It's cool. It's fun to have gotten to put it together as much as I have. And it's fun just to get in it and everything work, which is really, really nice. That sucker right there freaking eats, and I'm all about it. Dad, my dad, when he fishes with me, not a fan of the speed. I'm a fan of speed, but I'm also a fan of not burning a ton of gas, so I don't run it that hard very often. But anyways, hope you enjoy it, or enjoyed the video anyways. I know quite a few people have gotten a fish out of it so far, but all this time off we've got, if you're wanting to fish, holler at me. All this time off we've got, if you're wanting to fish, holler at me. I'd love for us to go. That's pretty much all a lot of us have to do right now, and there's not anything else more that we'd want to do. So anyways, thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and see you. I don't have like a way to end the video yet. See you on the water. I did that. That sounded a little cheesy when I said that last time. I don't. Subscribe to the channel and have a good one. Maybe that'll work. Subscribe to the channel. Have a good one.